Hi there, I'm Christine with What's Up Cupcake Whimsical Crafts, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to take you on a tour of my new multifunctional office/craft space. So if you've been here before, I have talked about how I am currently working within a smaller room in the house that previously was kind of like almost like a dining room space where it was half open. There was no door to get into it. It was just an opening. And recently I have changed positions for my full-time day job and will be working from home completely. I have my crafty crochet business where I make crochet plushies for markets, and I also make amigurumi sticks, stitch markers, safety eye installers. I hand paint safety eyes. I have a lot of things going on in this one little room. So when I realized this job change was actually happening, my husband and I decided it was time to bite the bullet and enclose the room. So we reached out to some contractors and got the details to actually put a door on the room, enclose some of the open spaces, and add kind of a wall to it to close it off. And with that, I had a completely different space I was kind of working with. I had more wall space, which was great, but there was less fluid room to kind of pour out into other parts of my house, which it's better this way, that it is enclosed somewhat. So today I want to share what this new space looks like. I'll share a little bit of the before details of putting in the wall, but then also refilling the space. I took the existing IKEA Billy bookcases that I had and I just rearranged them for the room to better suit the new wall space that I had. I changed out where my desk was located so that I have a very focused, centralized space for my day job. But then also I now have a packing station. I have better access now to some of the tools and components of my business, beads, charms, things like that, that I previously was kind of always having to go around, go into other rooms. It wasn't easily accessible. I hope you'll join me for this tour of my new space today, and I can't wait to take you along. This space is small, but I feel like now it is set up to be the most efficient that it can be for what I'm working with. And the thing I love most about it is the amount of light that I get in here. So for me, it's just really worth it. Please disregard some of the mess still that's going on, because honestly, if I was ever going to show this space not in a somewhat state of disarray, then you all would never see it. So let's do kind of a walkthrough. This is the biggest feature now. This used to be open and it had like kind of archway alcove-y things, so I had no wall space and there was no door. But as I am 100% working from home now, I needed a door to be able to kind of shut out the world and hunker down for meetings and things like that. But when you come into my space, obviously first thing is desk, because that is the primary function. Is this is my office in addition to being a craft room. So I do have two computers, because I have my work computer, my personal computer, and I can kind of just plug into whichever computer is needed for my monitor, but I can also move around the room to be most comfortable. As it relates to my desk, I have all of my washi tape. Surprisingly, this is, I believe, all of my washi. I say surprisingly because normally it can be kind of scattered around, but I am pretty good about keeping it in these drawers, and I have a lot of washi, as you can see. These are just ones I've been using recently, so I'm keeping them out, as well as these kind of little like washi stickers. I was in the process of gluing some new amigurumi sticks, and these need to be glued, but those are ones I just glued, so I'll be taking photos of those. But I can also do, filming from my desk if I wanted to. My background here is just a small collection of books, some of my business books and notebooks, like my journals. And then this is mostly doodling art slash anime type books, I guess, which I don't have a lot of. These are all fairly new from my trip to Japan, but I wanted to keep them somewhere on display because they're pretty, though I may need to just put them in my to be read book spiral. This is my Naughty Pony collection at the moment, aside from that little overflow of black and white. I'm churning through it pretty fast, so this will probably ebb and flow quite a bit. And then this is Elise Voluto and Premier Basics Brights and tie-dyes and whatever else. So all of the upper cabinets here are Elise Voluto and Premier Basics. This cabinet here is my Parfait Chunky. So it is pretty much contained. There's a little bit of Parfait Chunky that is not in these cabinets, and it's mostly like the glitters or like the speckled ones. But beyond that, I try to keep Parfait Chunky in there. And then up there, I have a couple little display items. I need a better way to display them because you really can't see what's in there. But it's my Totoro plushes, Labubu's, my Pop, What We Do in the Shadows characters, and then I have some Stitch Pop buttons, no, buddies, I don't know what they're called. This is some overflow stock of like 3D printed dragon eggs for when I have time to actually do dragon eggs, some extra bags and boxes, like the mystery box overflow. And then this is my packing station, kind of set up an inventory of things. So I will get more into this in a separate video just to kind of talk through it, but I really wanted a dedicated packing space. These cabinets are, again, more like that's all my packaging, labels, kind of mailing stuff, my tags. These are the notepads I use for writing my thank you notes on from orders. These are all of my like hang tag for pricing at markets. These are business cards and all of my different stickers. My stitch marker supplies, again, some of my stickers that I give out as freebies or prizes, and then my safety eye tools for painting them or just having safety eyes. And then I use these baskets when I'm actually doing the packing. If I have a larger number of things that I'm packing, I'll just pull out the baskets and use that to go through and just have a more organized situation. These are my most frequently used blanks of eyes. I actually just got a giant shipment in and I have not gone through it yet, but they will not fit in here. So that's probably just going to go into like a different closet somewhere in the house. And then that's my embroidery floss because I also have too many other hobbies. So yeah, just kind of more supplies around things. This is the tumbler blanks for the UVDTF that I'm doing for presents. Again, I'll get into the packing station kind of details, but printer, silhouette, and just my wall of like packing supplies, photo spot, video spot. I usually take this like and bring it around to other parts of the room depending on where the light is. This is one of my favorite things that I got. I haven't hung this up yet. This is actually from Sophia the Clever Fox, and I just have not had time to hang it up. I just realized I didn't have my microphone connected, so hopefully the sound for the first half of this was okay. But this is one of my favorite things that I just got for my office, and it's this like rotating, hold on. It's like a rotating tower of books that are like my to be read, whatever. So yeah, I love this. I'm very excited to start to like get some of these books cleared out from there once I am not in the midst of market season. Just some of my favorite little plushies and things that were gifted or that I purchased or that I made. This was one of the first tester calls that I ever responded to. It was from Stacy Makes. The little spam is from Alligator Goods. A friend gave me the capybara. Another friend made me that gnome. It's a little candy jar. It's super cute. My child made me that little vase. And then this, a bunch of these are from Bright Kind Creative Carrie. She's local in Raleigh and I love her stuff. And then I think these are both Rare Press. She does like the stamped, hand carved. I did one of her classes. It was really fun. And plants, as well as mystery box things that I have collected. This is where I go full goblin mode. So I am here a lot just crocheting. And so there's usually blankets, yarn, a heating pad for the cats. They only use it when they feel like it, never when I want them to. Giant pile of yarn that is not supposed to normally be here. However, because I am in like the thick of prepping for my last 2 markets of the year, I just needed like projects that are #1 priority in my mind, accessible to me, and it keeps it like right in the forefront of what I'm doing. These are all of my beads and charms and everything for stitch markers, amigurumi sticks, all of that stuff. These are the backs to all of my eyes, so I use those when I'm printing. This is just some like overflow storage of items that I have. And like even this little ottoman here, it's filled with Feels Like Bliss. Like that's where I keep my Feels Like Bliss. And this tray kind of rotates with me around the room depending on what I'm doing. And then this is where I am now keeping all of my eyes that are painted and ready to ship. So I just go through there when I'm packing my orders and pull what it is that people have ordered. And then when I go to my station over here, I will get the backs and pack everything together. So it's been working out really well for me. Again, it's still a little chaotic because I'm just trying to get into this new space between having surgery, getting the space set up, ending my previous job, starting a new job, and again, being in like the thick of market prep. My journals for, you know, documenting all my like day-to-day life and business stuff. A little Bluetooth speaker of the Little Prince. And this is my bin of things that are completed that I have worked on for the week. And this is what I am working on that needs something to be finished. So these are going to be wizard frogs and these are going to be chickens, but I just have to like do all the steps in between. So this basket kind of goes with me through various rooms. I love this little candle warmer. I just got it on Amazon and your candles last forever with it and it just like melts them without the flame. So I don't have to worry about that so much, which is great. And yeah, this is my prayer plant. This one is Mary Kate. I had Ashley, but she did not survive, unfortunately. And I don't remember why I named them Mary Kate and Ashley in particular. There was some reason. I think it's because they're just very dramatic. I love the prayer plants and how like the leaves raise and lower depending on the time of day. And then, as I said, this is all like Elise Voluto and everything. However, in the cabinets, and I haven't finished transferring all of the yarn in there from like the bin I have in the hallway, but it's all my Bernat blanket. So the bottom of these is Bernat blanket, except for the last one, which is kind of a mishmash of stuff. It's like finer yarns and furs and things like that. I haven't finished filling these two cabinets just yet, just because, again, it's been a little chaotic between the job transitions and everything, but we're getting there. And last but not least, this is like the tower. I've had people ask about these before. They were on clearance at the Container Store, so I can't unfortunately share them, but they're fun. They stack, they move around easily, and they have all of my shiny yarns and kind of more unique yarns. At some point, I would love for those yarns to fit in the cabinets on the wall. But if you are a crocheter with a yarn problem, then you probably know the likelihood of that is slim to none, as I do recognize the likelihood is. Anyways, that's my new office space. So I have some of my new little stained glass window features. I really love this space, even though, again, it's jam-packed. And I would, if it could be, you know, even bigger, that would be great. But I don't have that ability, and I'm working with what I have. And the fact that it has to be a multifunctional space. This is just filled with stuffing because I keep my giant bag of stuffing in my husband's office. There's a closet in there. And I didn't want to have to just keep going in there, and I was making so much stuff. So this is stuff I wanted to share in my market recap video, so it's just hanging out there for a moment. And these are like my go bags for yarn, so I kind of keep them by the door so I can grab and go when I'm going places. And this is more packing supplies. I actually think I'm going to move some of these items into this cabinet. I just haven't done it yet because time. So that's it. That is my new craft room office space tour. I think the packing station is probably my favorite part of it, as well as my little like goblin couch. All right, what did you think? Do you have a similar space like this? Do you have a dedicated craft room? Do you have a room that's kind of multi-purpose? I'd love to know more and how you've come up with creative ways to organize things. If you enjoyed this content, please think about hitting that like button and subscribing if you'd like to see more details of my small business life for my crochet plushies and crochet accessories. I'd love to have you along for future videos. Thank you.